Welcome back. Well, as part of our series of the Orange County Sheriff's Department visiting us, I have Lieutenant Thomas Graham, who is part of the Air Support Bureau. Well, thank you very much for joining us. You're not just part of, you're actually the lead of the Bureau, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself and how long you've been with the department.
I've been on the department, it's my 20th year, so I started in the jails.
Okay.
I did about 6-7 years in the jail. And then I came out to patrol, and I patrolled Laguna Hills and part of Laguna Woods.
Okay.
At night as part of my duties. After that, I was blessed to go to the academy, so I was able to train approximately 750 new deputies and officers. After that, I was promoted to sergeant. I went back to the jails for about a year.
Okay.
Then I had an opportunity to go to internal affairs. So I worked internal affairs for about 2 years. I went back to the academy. And I promoted to lieutenant, and went back to the jails. And then after that, I had the opportunity to apply for a position in the Homeland Security Division, and I was selected as the mutual aid coordinator for the county.
Okay.
I did that for about 5 months, and then I was assigned to go to the Air Support Bureau.
Okay. So it consists of what?
Well, basically, our permanent duty is to provide aerial support for the County of Orange, whether it be our own contract cities or any law enforcement agency, any fire department, any first responder agency that needs our assistance, we're going to help.
Okay.
And our primary duties are patrol operations, search and rescue, and we also do firefighting.
Okay. And approximately how many calls do you guys get?
Gosh, we have a lot of calls of service. I think last year alone, I think it was approximately 2,850 calls that we responded to.
Okay, all right.
And those could be just routine calls, or it could be high-risk calls. So anywhere from, a loud party to an alarm call, a burglary or a robbery call, to SWAT call-outs, hostage negotiations, pursuits, or missing persons.
Okay, so a vast variety of
of calls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have myself as a lieutenant. We have 2 full-time sergeants.
Okay.
I have 8 full-time deputy sheriffs. I have 1 full-time police officer from Santa Ana.
Okay.
Who is in flight school right now.
Okay.
I have 2 full-time mechanics, 1 telecommunications engineer, and we have approximately 50 volunteers that work for the Air Support Bureau.
Now, the volunteers are made up of what, professional service responders and reserve deputies. Do they
Correct.
each have different types of skills?
Yes. In order for so they'll apply for the department through our county website, and depending on their skills, if they have some type of unique skill where they're a prior law enforcement or they're maybe a prior aviator, or they have some type of medical, like an EMT or a paramedic, then they could qualify for our unit, our bureau.
Okay, okay.
And, we have a great group. They save us a lot of money and they donate a lot of hours.
Right.
We really appreciate them because with our search and rescue, we don't have the staffing, the full-time staffing to do what we do. So with their help, we're able to provide a great service to the community. Do
you train the reserve the same way you would treat somebody who was employed?
Yes.
Okay.
So they have the same type of training, like whether a paramedic or let's say a hoist operator. So we send them through the same type of schooling and they get the same type of repetitions that they do as our full-time deputies.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, good. All right, you have 5 helicopters, all named Duke.
Duke, yes.
Why is that?
Well, they're all Duke 1, Duke 3.
Okay.
Duke 6 and 7 are our Huey aircraft, so those are primary for our search and rescue and our fire operations.
Okay. We're showing a few different ones on the screen here. So we've got the one on the left. Is that a Huey on the left?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. And that's for what type of operation?
So that's for our search and rescue and our fire operations. Those were acquired through military surplus.
Okay.
And we've overhauled them, and they're great helicopters.
Okay. And then on the right is the one that you use for every day?
Correct. Those are A-stars. Those are pretty much for patrol operations. Majority of our airtime is for patrol operations. I think we spent, gosh, I think 3,300 hours
Oh, wow.
flight time.
Okay.
And the majority of that is in patrol, I think 2,900 hours for patrol operations. So with the Hueys, the one on the left there, I think we did about 300 hours of rescue and fire.
Sure. Well, gosh, with how many fires we had,
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys are busy. All right, so let's talk about what's on one of the helicopters is a night vision. It's called FLIR. Tell me what it does.
So at night we can zoom in. At night we can zoom in probably pretty much to a half mile out, and we could switch to infrared, which it just did right there. And it picks up heat sources. So if a suspect is trying to hide or if they're trying to flee, the tactical flight officer could switch to that type of camera and follow them. And that camera is so technical that it'll pick up such a small heat source. So if they're hiding, it'll actually pick up the footprints that the suspect has left behind.
Oh, wow.
So it's a great tool, and our TFOs utilize that with great expertise.
Okay, well, it's amazing what you can see. I'm surprised. Even the footprint, how is that possible? That's amazing.
It just any type of heat source. So like if you see if there's a pursuit, usually the engines are real hot on the car. So I mean that heat source will stay there, and it's just like usually when suspects they're overheating, they're nervous, and that camera will pick up that heat source.
Oh, that's great. I mean, obviously those are only used at night. Tell me a little bit about the overall operations again. So you support the SWAT team, K-9 unit.
Yes.
Okay.
We train regularly. Our pilots train pretty much during every shift.
Okay.
Our search and rescue every weekend. We're doing hoist cycles to, better prepare in case of some type of emergency or a rescue call.
Right.
And we also prepare and train with our SWAT teams, our K-9 teams, and our dive team.
Okay.
Regularly.
Okay. Wow. Well, you have your hands full.
Yes.
That's a lot to do. Well, thank you so much, and
problem.
also thank you for your service. As you heard, today is National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, so hopefully you'll get some high fives out there today.
I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. All right. And remember, they're out there helping you, so make sure you give a high five to an officer today. We'll be right back.